G'day everyone, and welcome to more of our 7-day safari here in Kumana National Park in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, one of those hidden gems. And started out today, again our base, Arugambay, about a 7-hour road transfer from Colombo. There are plenty of national parks here that you can check out, and this is really a tip from a naturalist that guides here, a local naturalist who guides here in Sri Lanka, very well known, and he just happens to do a lot of his leopard studies in Kumana, formerly Yala East, but without the maddening crowds that you get in Yala and all the other things that go with that. So we headed out this morning at 5, that's when we started. It is dark, and we took our hour's drive down to the park. One of the main reasons it's an hour's drive is part of it's tarred, and that's fine, but then there's a very bumpy road into the park. You may see some wildlife there. We actually saw our first elephant here within about 5 minutes of leaving our lodging here at Tropicana Homestay in Arugambay. It was too dark to get a photo. If we had time and it was a little bit darker, we could have got some infrared photo on the video, but that was our first Ellie. Not bad, 5 minutes from town and not even in the park. But it's where you turn off into the park. It's a very bumpy road, dirt road, so get ready for that. If you've got any loose fillings, they're probably going to come out, and if you've got a really bad back, you might find it a bit of a struggle. We had a good vehicle, a largish style 4-wheel drive, still plenty of padding in the seats, semi-open, it's still got a roof on it, but all the sides are open. The front windscreen also folds down, so you can photograph over the top of the roof of the vehicle as well. And again, all organised by our owners here at Tropicana Homestay. So 5 o'clock, went down there, so our first deli, winding away to the park. We could tell there's something special because there's a lot of wetland around here, and we saw, too bad it was too dark. We tried to get my torch onto them, but it was that kind of tweeny light. Not dark enough for the torch to be effective enough and not light enough for getting decent photos. But we passed a tree that had something like 20 odd Malabar pied hornbills here in Sri Lanka. So that was kind of cool just to see them. Got a bit of light on them, tons of them in there, hope to get them again. And also a little bit further along in the park, we got the Sri Lankan grey hornbill, which is endemic to Sri Lanka. Didn't get a great photo. We saw 2 of them. The light still wasn't up. We get to the gate around 6 a.m. At 6 a.m. our guide goes and does all the paperwork for the park. For us as photographers and videographers, obviously the guides are pointing out animals. You see them, but it's just, again, that light just isn't quite good enough. Probably from around 6:45-ish. You get good light, and we ended up staying out in the park till about 11. So what's that? We had about 5 hours in the park, which is very good for a morning safari. What did we see? Well, first of all, let's just say this park is absolutely stunning. This video, at the end of my little spiel here, we're going to have video, we're going to have photos of animals. You'll see it is just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. There are kind of like bushy areas that you wind along. Again, it's quite bumpy, but they go at a slowish pace. But the wetlands here are incredible. And I don't use this term very often, but teeming with life. I was stunned. I didn't really know what to expect, to tell you the truth. There's not a lot of real reports on Kumana. They're just little bitsy pieces that you can get on YouTube, but not necessarily photographers and videographers that are passionate wildlife people like us who travel different places of the world. Absolutely stunning landscape. Absolutely brilliant. Teeming with wildlife. Prolific bird life. I was stunned by how many birds. Not only that, how close you can get here. They seem to be unperturbed, and I guess it's because they're not being harangued by a whole bunch of vehicles here compared to, say, Yala, which is just south of here. There's that invisible border between the parks. But incredible bird life, and you get literally we got some video with decent video with GoPros. We got so close to some of these birds. I won't count all the birds. You'll see some of the pictures. I won't go through all the names, but lots of different species. There were storks, cranes, other wading birds. There was cormorants and darters, and we saw hoopies. Gosh, Brahminy kites. What else was there? You'll see the pictures. I can't remember all the different birds that we saw. There was stilts. What else? Sandpipers. And there's other birds flitting between the trees. Now we're going between trying to photograph larger game, mammals, and birds. If you're a birder, you could just come here and bird all day long. If you've got a pair of binos and you're a keen birder, there must be tons more. There was definitely a lot more flitting around in the trees than I photographed. Just prolific, fantastic. Dry season, the light is great. Basically sunny from, so I guess the sun was coming up around 7 a.m. Beautiful atmosphere in the park. But we didn't see leopards today, and of course we got the old guide thing. Oh, well, I saw 2 yesterday. Of course, it's always yesterday, or you should have been here the next day when you leave. But we're still confident that sometime we're going to see leopards here in Yala, or it could be just one of those trips. We don't know. But I guess the hook is, the bait is on the hook and it's set, and it's kind of dragging us for the rest of our time to maybe try and see leopards in the park, which again is the #1 predator here in Sri Lanka, the biggest predator. But we saw wild boar and their piglets. I've never seen so many wild boars, and it was incredible how close you could get to them. Now, these are ones that you'll also, to an extent, not sure they're exactly the same as ones you see in India. We saw so many more than, say, Bandhavgarh National Park. Incredible. So many wild buffalo, also with youngsters. So many. It was mind-blowing. Samba deer. Gosh, crocs from kind of child eating size to human, adult eating size. Different crocs, monitor lizards. Probably said samba deer, mongoose. What else was there? White spotted deer or chital, plenty of those. Beautiful deer. They seem to be a bit more solid here than the ones that I've seen in India. But there was just so much life in this park. You'll see the video, you'll see the photos, check it out. The atmosphere, perfect. The scenery, stunning. The wildlife, teeming. Bird life, prolific. Enjoy the video. We're going out again tomorrow. So video and photos coming up, and I'll see you for that one as well. Enjoy the video and pictures. Bye for now.